So I think, Andy, you had question about certification process, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So for the certification, you need to attend all the live sessions, which is actually your case, and you've been definitely attending all of them. And we're glad that you were there, definitely.
Yes. Almost
Um,
couldn't make it.
yeah, for when there's light enough.
Yeah.
There are factors that go beyond what we can plan for. And this cohort has come with plenty of different factors that were beyond what we had expected.
Mm.
That's how lives come. So attendance to the live is the first one. The second is that you have completed all the steps in the online platform. I will record everything that's needed for module 3 so that you have time to go through that. Third is that you have clocked 25 hours of coaching practice. So progressing on that as far as I have understood and getting close to that. You need to have an observed session that will be recorded, and that will be can't remember if it's 20 or 30 minutes. But that would be almost the same as you have done today. You're coaching someone and then you get feedback, and the feedback is along the ICF competencies. So the ICF competencies are on the website portal, and you can definitely find them there. And Nancy is showing you them as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And we actually cover each of them in the training process. So that's absolutely no surprise. Now, what will happen is that either you meet all the competencies at the ACC level or you don't. And at that time, I will give you feedback on what needs to be grown or sharpened so that you can record a session with someone and demonstrate that at this time, this has been achieved. And at that time, I can give you a pass for that one. 90% of those who have not passed at the first attempt was because the goal was not clear. So if this is a coaching session without a goal, that will not be a pass. As basic as that, but a goal is mandatory for each coaching session, as well as an action plan. So we need to have a basic structure that is really about what's the situation, where do you want to go? So really noticing the goal. What is so important is this goal so that we have the bigger why, and what do you need to get to that goal? So I need these 4 points to be covered before we dive into any kind of exploring the options. It could be that the person is under some kind of emotion and that we need to have the ATA before going into that, all fine. Or we mix the two because ATA also has a translation, and the last one, the action, could be precising the goal. But I need a goal in every coaching session. Okay. And once you, yes.
Mary, on that part, do we do you want to hear it from the coachee or the coach? Or you, I mean, my question is, do you need to hear it from the coach you need the coach to summarize the goals, or actually it should come from the coachee,
So whose goal is it?
the coachee's goals,
All right. So what is your job as a coach?
to help them to facilitate the conversation such that they can identify their goals and action plans. So I
Okay.
believe it's gonna be coming from the coachees, right?
Yeah, but it can only come from the coachee because the coach has asked the questions to get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I need to see these questions or to hear these questions. Okay.
Okay.
And if the goal comes from the coach, I do think it would be really a great coaching session.
Okay.
Okay.
But
It then becomes a question of ethics, and under the competency one, it is not a pass because we are not there to lead the person to a goal that would not be their choice. Make sense? Okay. And then there are two elements more. One is to write case studies, which means that you choose two different clients and two different moments in their coaching journey. It could be coaching journey or part of it. And you analyze, you demonstrate what kind of framework you have used, what coaching technique, why was it the right choice at that time, what worked well, what could have been done differently, what are the limits of that. So I want to understand your logic behind picking some coaching tool, making sure that you have this critical mindset to actually find what is relevant for the person and taking some kind of distance in your own practice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested in finding out your greatest ever victory. It's more about really being able to analyze what happened and critical about the situation. Okay. So that's 1,500 words for both of them. And the last one is an essay where you write how you have become a coach. So your own personal journey, what have you learned? What have you developed? What is still to be learned? What has been helpful on this journey here and there? What have you discovered about yourself? And what make you think that you now are a coach? What has evolved in that? In this, I don't need to have every detail of the ATA model and how great it is. I've passed that stage. What interests me is your journey and how you have evolved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So seems doable or something like the Everest now that we've clarified all that.
It's okay. I think it's okay. Feels doable. Yeah.
Some people manage to survive, you know? Nancy and Chantal here.
Yeah. Okay. There are people they are looked up to. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks
Nancy,
for
we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Nancy, we cannot hear you because your mic is muted.
I had to do that at least once, you know, so you knew it was me and not the AI creation of me. Actually, Andy, I really enjoyed the writing assignments. It really helped reflect. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So that one is 3,000 words. So it's about 5 pages.
Mm.
The most difficult thing is to start. Once you're in there, then it flows and you have it. It's your story, so.
It helps to know what's the end in mind. Like I have to generate these essays.
Yeah.
So right now, every single interaction and sessions that I have, I make sure I take down notes.
Yeah.
All my thought process on this. Yeah.
Definitely. So you have these self-reflection files that are on the website too, on the portal, that are actually helping to keep track on that.
Yeah.
So making sure that you take note about it on this. It seems a little bit administrative, but the value of that is that it pushes you to self-reflect. And because we are able to have that meta-analysis, our learning is actually progressing better because we're focusing on, oh yeah, it's been 3-4 times that I'm not listening enough, or that I'm asking questions one after the other without letting the other person even breathe. I now need to do something about it, right? I notice that is something that is recurring. So I'm focusing my effort on that, right? If we just go from one session towards the other and take plenty of other things in between, and we don't have that time to analyze, we are not necessarily as conscious, and it takes much more time to notice and to adjust. So that is actually shortening the learning curve by raising awareness. And this is also why I wanted that you have at least 5 different coaches, because you can compare how it was on the second session with this person and this person and this person. Or you can notice, oh yeah, now I'm comfortable about a chemistry session because I know how it goes. I'm repeating the framework, and the framework is getting easier and clearer every time I speak about it, right? So by having this diversity, I can also grow my strength and notice it. Okay, was there any more question?
Also good. Thank you. Thanks for spending extra time with me. Thank you.
No worries. It was important.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.